Cheers. Good morning, guys. I can't give Celsius a free promotion. Stranger Things? Yeah, a little bit. All right. So, good morning. Thursday, big day. GDP. Going to be very interesting. Yeah, Sebastian Vettel retired from F1. Saw that. Sad. Pretty sad. But I think he did his job. Good for him. Time to move on. It's going to be interesting to see who goes to Aston Martin. I got the wild berry. Best flavor. All right. So today we have GDP. That is going to be very influential in the market. That could change everything. So we're definitely not out of the weeds yet. Right? We got GDP today. We got Apple, Amazon earnings after hours. And we got tomorrow, we got the inflation index. So a lot of stuff going on still. Definitely not out of the weeds. We still got some news to make sure we're aware of and to be careful about. But we can at least celebrate a little bit of upside yesterday. Congratulations to you guys that caught that. Nice upside, nice price action. Yeah, good trading day, right? We don't have to take it anything further than a good trading day, right? You're a trader. You like to take short-term opportunities. Don't look past yesterday. Don't look at anything more than it just being a good trading day. That's, in my opinion, what it is. It's a good trading day. You make your money and you move on to the next day. Today, you have new problems to look out for, new things to look out for, and things can totally change up. So, to me, yesterday, good trading day, nothing more than that. And that's it, right? Now we look forward and we see what we have to watch out for today. So today, we got the futures, you got the earnings and economic calendar. Let's pull that up just so that everyone is aware. You should be aware, but I'll make sure you're aware again. Economic calendar, we got GDP this morning, guys, and that is going to be very, very, very big. That is right here. Gross domestic product, first release, 8:30, right here. And then you have jobless claims. So I think jobless claims really is not, it's pretty non-event in my opinion. I think it's going to be all about this, jobless claims. So, I'm sorry, GDP. So let's see what happens there. Then you guys can see tomorrow we still got more. We got PCE inflation index, disposable income, consumer spending. So very important as well. So that's the economic side. This morning, 8:30, GDP. Make sure we are aware of that. Okay, let's go to the earnings calendar, if I can find it. Here it is. Earnings calendar. Nice job, Chef. Yeah, what a break in retest on Tesla, man. We're going to look at it, but God, crazy. All right, here's today. Yesterday, we had Meta, we had Ford, we had Qualcomm. Meta moved down, Qualcomm moved down. I'll show you guys those charts today. Teladoc got crushed, which I guess it should. Teladoc was at $300 at one point. Absolutely insane. Today, this morning, we got Tilray, Pfizer, nothing crazy, Valero, oil company, Southwest, MasterCard, Altria. You guys saw what happened to MasterCard and Visa yesterday. That was very nasty. We can maybe check in on those. I didn't put those on the calendar for us today, but we can look at those. And then tonight, after hours, Apple, Amazon, Roku, Intel. Those are the big ones. So right here, these top two guys are very influential. Apple is huge, biggest part of the S&P, and will absolutely be market moving on the tech side, depending on what they say. Tomorrow morning, ExxonMobil, Chevron, P&G, AbbVie, AstraZeneca, and some other big names. So we still got a lot to go, guys. We still got a lot to look at, a lot to be focused on. We can't lose focus now. Just because we got some upside yesterday, we cannot lose focus, right? Buckle up, as Doctor would say. Buckle up. All right, Tesla break and retest, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The pinnacle of break and retest yesterday. Just insane. I'll show it to you guys how pretty it is, how beautiful it is. This is Everything that you should be looking for on the market. Apple did the exact same thing. Perfect break and retest. Beautiful setup. Love everything about it. Just crazy, crazy strong on Apple yesterday. We'll see what happens today. Amazon, 117, break and retest. Once again, break and retest. Happened everywhere yesterday. We'll look at 117 demand on Amazon. XOM, yesterday, entered a swing trade on XOM. I'll show you guys why. Boeing, I think, is weak today. Had earnings. Did not move up at all yesterday. Did not move up with the market at all. And Boeing looks really weak, in my opinion, here under this key level. Netflix is approaching a very key level at 230. Obviously, this depends on what the market does this morning, but Netflix is something I definitely want to watch towards this 230 level. Google and Shopify both bouncing off the bottom side of their channels yesterday. I want to show you guys that. And then finally, Nvidia and AMD, some key levels to watch out for on the chip stocks there. We're also going to pop into Qualcomm when we get into those. So let's get through the futures, and then we'll do a few of the names here, and then we're gonna have to prepare for GDP. That's at 8:30. So we will go over that live once that starts to come out. All right, Nasdaq. Let's start on the daily chart. Why not? And then let's pop in the EM or the SMAs here. If Thinkorswim would let me zoom in, that would be fantastic. All right, there we go. Zoom in here. So guys, we are approaching a monstrosity of a level. It's a very important zone here, guys. This right here, this either decides whether we make a higher high on the daily chart or if we reject here again. This is everything right here. The next few days are going to decide, I think, the next few weeks or the next few months, in my opinion. You either make a higher high here, which is the first higher high, the first major higher high off a pivot level, right? If you can break this previous pivot high, you can see we have pivots here. Here's one, here's another pivot, right? Here's another pivot, right? These are sort of pivot levels where the market reverses. This is a high, a pivot high of around 13,000 on the Nasdaq. And that is going to be very interesting to see whether we can get above. I don't know if we're going to, right? If the market does not like GDP today, if the market does not like Apple, we are very easily, right? We could very easily reject here and make new lows. All right, we are not out of the woods by any means. We are bouncing in a bear market, coming up to a previous rejection point. We are not past that rejection point yet. So we could very easily see this, guys. This is a potential bear flag. This is something we've seen before. This could very easily go down. There is nothing stopping a rejection off this supply, previous rejection point, 100 SMA. All things are starting combining right here. There's a lot of interest in this zone. Rejections, 100 SMA. You have major economic news. This could all be the perfect storm for a downside move. So please, please, please do not make yesterday's move make you believe that we are just going to rally through this 100 SMA and supply. Now, I will say there is still a possibility of that, right? We don't know for sure, right? We don't know for sure. You guys can see that if we do have some type of positivity off GDP, some type of strong positivity of Apple and Amazon, let's say it's the perfect scenario, everything goes perfectly well, somehow the market likes it, don't know how that they can, I just don't know how that happens, but if it does, which I'm not counting out, you break this pivot high, you break the 100 SMA, and you make a higher high, right? And that is definitely a pretty important break of this previous pivot high. This is all on the daily chart, guys, so this is some big stuff here. So we're coming up to a big level, guys. These are the next few weeks, next few days, very important. All right, so 4-hour chart, let's break this down a little bit more on the 4-hour. Let me get this to the 4-hour. Let me delete these lines. And let's look at this on the 4 hour. So you guys can see this is the level I just pointed out on the daily chart. You can see the double top that happened yesterday. You got a top here, you got a top here, right? Little double top on the 4 hour chart. Where is that double top coming in? Right at this previous supply. 12.7 to 13,000 I think are the major is the major zone that you have to watch. 12.7 to 13,000. You can see the double top that came in on the 4 hour. And today we're just awaiting the GDP reaction at this point. You saw the reaction off of the Fed, off the FOMC, up to the upside, into supply, right? Do we break here? Do we break the bear flag? Do we consolidate, right? That is the big question here today, guys. A big unknown. But I just want to make sure you're aware of the levels. You're approaching very large supply above, and you have that demand below around 12,250. So let's see what happens, but definitely an important area here. Double top rejection as of now. Macroeconomic events could break that level, or we could see that downside. So just want to make sure you're aware. We are approaching big levels here. 12.7, 13,000 to the upside, to the downside. Ideally, if you're bullish, you need to hold 12,250. If you break this 12,250 right here, then I think the downside comes in. ES is not a quote, huh? There we go. All right, let's go ES daily chart now. Let's go ES daily chart. Let's grab the SMAs. So the ES is slightly underperforming. It's slightly underperforming because if we look at the Nasdaq, you can see the Nasdaq is just about, let's just call it 3% off that pivot high. That's from late May. The pivot high from late May on the ES is 4.5% from the current levels. So we're about 1.5 underperforming on the ES versus the Nasdaq. Now, you guys can see it's the same story. You have previous lows, you have consolidation, and you have rejection all around this 4,100 to 4,200 level. This is a big supply zone that the market is trading into. You have the 100 SMA, you have previous support that turned into a resistance point, and you are trading into it. Do we get through this level? Do we make a higher high? That would be big for the market. Or do we bear flag into supply and break the bear flag? That is really what's going to happen here in the next few weeks, I think. So we need to watch this. We're moving up into supply, 100 SMA, previous rejections. Do we break through the supply? Do we break this pivot high and make a new high? Or is this a bear flag into supply and another lower high, right? Do we just build another lower high here? This could very easily just be another lower high. So we have to watch out for that. That's on the daily chart on the ES. Here's the 4 hour. Let's remove the SMAs. I like to see the 4 hour just with supply demand. Here we go. So you can see we have demand below around 39.20 to 39.50. That is built over the last few weeks. You can see previous rejections into support. That is our demand now. We need to see that hold. Lowest level of that is 39.20. That's the must hold level, 39.20. We lose 39.20, you move to the downside. Guys, you got to understand the interest rates are priced into the market. You have to understand this. This is the rudimentary thing of the stock market. When you go up off 0.75, it's because the market has priced it in. Go to the /ZQ on the TOS. You will see that 0.75 was priced into the market. The market is moving down off of future events. The market is moving down because they are expecting interest rates to increase. They are pricing in the interest rate increases. You went up because it was already known that 0.75 was the interest rate hike. That was already baked into the market. Now, there's more things in the future that we have to watch out for, but that is why we went up yesterday. So, next, 4,020. Right here, guys. You can see this, a little consolidation right here. Boom, boom, little consolidation. That is where you're rejecting right now, right around this 4,020 level. We need to get through that. We're not quite there. We need to get through that, And then you get into this major supply up here, right? Look at all this. All this supply, which was previous support that turned into a resistance. So definitely not out of the weeds here, guys. We got to see what the next few days hold. You got to see Apple, Amazon, GDP, inflation index, right? We got to watch out for all that. That is what we need to watch out for over the next few days. However, you can see we are finding some support here, 4,020, and then you have this entire range up here, which does not look easy to me. If I go to the daily chart, it is not going to be a simple ride right through this supply, guys. We're not going to be on the, in a Lamborghini flying through this area. It's just not going to happen. There's too much stuff here. Unless something just triggers the bullish action, which I just don't quite see. But we got to watch out for this supply up here. 4075 to 4200, big level. So we'll see what happens, guys. That's what I'm watching on the ES. Let's go YM. So the Dow is holding its retest level, which is nice. Nice to see. You can see right here. Here's the Dow, guys. The Dow is holding its retest level, which is right here, 31,700. We talked about this yesterday. We had a previous rejection point that has turned into support. Unless we're in a Tesla plaid, true. When Lambo. Previous rejection into previous supply into demand right here, 31.7. That's important, right? We can't ignore that fact. That is a bullish sentiment. It's a bullish technical factor that we are holding that level. Now, what's the next level? Right here, guys. All right here. 32,500. 32,500 is the next level. This is where the Dow was rejected, found support in the past, and then ultimately fell to the downside. So if you see upside, watch out for 32.5. If you break that, you got 33.2. If we break down and you want to see bearish action, you need to see a break under 31.7, turn that into resistance, and then you got your downside. All right? So 31.7 to the downside, demand, and to the upside, 32.5. Russell did the same thing as the Dow, very similar, held demand. You guys can see right here, break and retest, right? Rejection. Upside, pull back. What did you do? You turned previous rejection points into support. That's bullish for the time being, right? You can see rejections into support. That is bullish. Next. Hold on. You guys can see what's happening right now. Support, rejection, support, rejection. You're above that this morning. You are right above that this morning. You're just sitting right above it, right? So you know this is an important level. When you see something like this, you know your level is correct because it's just sitting right above it. And if I go to the hourly chart, you can see how important this little 1850 to 1840 area is. Previous rejection point that we got above, and we were just sitting right above it. So to me, you need to see this hold. If this does not hold, you're moving right back down to 1800. Okay? All right, guys. So that's the futures. Things are going to change here in about 10 minutes, so we'll see what happens. But that is at least your first look at what's going on here. If you want to get these exact charts every single morning, go to the link down below. It says free technicals. I post these futures analysis charts in there every single morning for you guys to read for free. 100% free. Just go down, press the link, join the Discord, and you can get these levels for free on a text format. So if you ever missed a live stream, if you can't make it one day, let's say you're busy, you're traveling, you're busy, maybe you don't feel like listening to me one day, and you just want to see the levels, then you can go ahead and join that for free. Okay, let's continue. I can't look at this without feeling some sort of pain, honestly, because I traded Tesla yesterday. I made good money off of it, but I didn't trust. I just have a trust issue, just blindly holding Tesla, and I should have, right? Why should I have? Well, because it's a break and retest. And it's everything that my strategy is. If we go to what Tesla looked like yesterday, right? And this is just the human emotion part of trading, guys, right? I'm not someone that's not susceptible to human emotions when I trade, right? Tesla's not one that I just feel comfortable holding and forgetting about. But, I should have. It is what it is. But here it is, guys. This was yesterday at 7:24 a.m. This was the chart. This was the chart yesterday at 7:24 a.m. This is a break and retest. This is a break, a retest of previous supply, previous rejection into support. It is absolutely perfect. It is almost to the dollar amount. We posted that yesterday, right? Can Tesla pull off a beautiful break and retest here, right? That was just gorgeous. And you can see what's happening this morning, right? You can see the break and retest. You can see exactly how it forms. You can see exactly how it worked out. And really, really nice stuff. One second, guys. Just formatting this 1 second. So what does that tell me for my mindset, for everything, in my trading? That tells me that, one, I know what I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at the right things. I know how to trade this market. I know the break and retest is an absolutely solid strategy that I should look for everywhere. And when it happens, I need to put a little bit more trust in it, which I do. I can't take too much away from myself for not swing trading this or holding this, because we had a bunch of economic news, right? We had FOMC. Am I going to hold Tesla calls into FOMC? Probably 0 out of 10 times would I do something like that. So I can't get too upset about not putting more belief in this. If it was a normal day, I probably would have tried it. I probably would have put the risk on. But am I going to hold a Tesla call because of a break and retest through FOMC? That's risky. I don't think I'd be happy with myself even if I did that. So I can't be too upset about it. But the technical formation is something that is gorgeous. So you can see break and retest to the upside. Next level this morning, guys, 845 to 860. You can see it right there. Support, 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 support. This is supply. We're coming up into that supply. You've already rejected it, right? You can see right here. Boom, 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 boom. Support, support, support. And then upside resistance, right? So you're coming into that right now, right? You're coming into that right now. So that's what I would watch today, guys. 845 to 860. Big supply up here. Be careful chasing Tesla as you approach this supply. Okay? Apple. What did Apple do? Break and retest. All right? Rejection. Support. Rejection. Support. So 150, 150, turning into support. Previous rejection points, turning into support. What is that? That is a break and retest. So you can see that once again on Apple right here. Very clean. Boom, boom, boom. Now you're up into the 157s. 157 is a tough level. This is no joke. This is a previous support from last year. This is a support from January of this year. This is a support from March of this year. This is a support from April of this year. And now you are trading right at it this morning. So very, very key level for Apple. And it happens that it's happening. It happens that we're at this level right into their earnings report tonight. So that is going to be very influential on the market. What do we do at this major key level at 157 on Apple? Previous support from a very long time ago, and you have earnings after hours. So I'm not going to try to take a guess here. We'll see what happens. If it goes up, if it breaks through this level, I think continuation comes. If it breaks down and the rejects here, then I think you look for downside, right? Of course, GDP will influence that as well. So key level on Apple, into earnings. It's going to be interesting. Amazon. So Amazon, a little bit of underperformance, but I did trade it yesterday. And why did I trade it yesterday? I traded it off a 117 break and retest right here. Happy I took this one. Boom, boom, and boom. Another rejection there. So why did I take this? I saw that Amazon was opening near the demand level. I said this yesterday morning. Let's see if obviously I did it live on the voice chat. So if you guys are here from the Discord, then you know that. I'll see if I posted the chart. Yeah, I just said Amazon trying its best to hold 117. This could be a nice demand zone to go long off of, right? So I was just watching this 117 level to see if we could go long off of this rejection into demand, into support. Played it long yesterday off that level. Nice upside. So that's a nice little break and retest there. However, support. Look at the rejection, guys. Where did Amazon reject yesterday? Where did the upside fail? Where did the upside stop on Amazon? It stopped right at the previous support, right? It stopped right at the previous support. Support, rejection. So watch out for this 121.50 today on Amazon. That's definitely a must watch. We have to be careful there. That could easily be where this market rejects. Okay? 121.50. All right. What do we got? 4 minutes. Just about 4 minutes. Let's just go over my XOM swing, why I took the swing trade, and then we will continue. So, why did I take an XOM swing trade? I took an XOM swing trade because of a break and retest. What do you know? Just another break and retest, looking for the same damn thing on a daily basis. It gets very repetitive after a while when you look for the same thing every day. But I promise, if you find something that works for you, it is great. I know the time. I see it. It's 8:27 in 16 seconds, 18 seconds, 19 seconds, 20 seconds, 21 seconds, 22 seconds. I see it. Rejection into support, upside off that level. That's why I took it. I like the energy sector pullback as well. And on top of all of that, I like where the CL is. I like where the CL is for upside. I like the CL. 4-hour chart. I like where this is for demand. I like the oil futures. I like for it to hold here. Right, you can see support. Flag starting to break on the CL. Why? And that CL upside will influence XOM to the upside, right? And the XLE. So I'm watching the XOM, XLE for upside on oil, for energy. Took it off that retest right here. Beautiful trade. Nice upside. Really like this upside this morning. So that should be a very nice trade. So looking forward to this one. We'll see if it can hold up. I'll keep you guys updated. All right. Let's see what happens here. Let's get the ES up here as well. Why not? I hate they do this. I have to put the chart every single time. I need to make a custom setup for this. Let's go. That's so ugly, but whatever. Let's get more time here. That's the ES. Okay. Nasdaq, ES. Nasdaq, ES. We got 30 seconds. And we'll see what the GDP number is. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get ready. Should I keep them on or take them off? This is the new thing right here. All right. All right, not much reaction yet. Looks like Nasdaq's moving slightly higher, actually. Pretty much a wick. I don't see the numbers yet. At least Walter hasn't updated me. All right, ES downside a little bit. Not much yet. There it is. GDP, negative 0.9. Negative negative 0.9. GDP negative 0.9. I'm gonna pin that. Yeah, that's technically a recession, right? Is the market moving higher off that? Oh no, it's not. Oh, that would be that would just make people so mad. All the people that just get mad about the market going up would absolutely lose a bolt if we went up off negative 0.9. Oh, they would go crazy. Yeah, not much reaction, huh? I don't know. Maybe it's coming in here soon. But not much. Okay, getting a little bit more antsy here. Okay, let's see. We got a little bit more news here. Let's see. U.S. GDP negative 0.9 in rate in second quarter. Consensus was positive 0.3. Final GDP in Q1 revised to minus 1.6. So I wonder if it being less negative is doing something here. Real final sales. Okay, now you're getting a little more downside. Core PCE plus 7.1. PC price index 4.4. Domestic purchase price index 8.2. It's not as much downside as I thought it would be at the first move, but it might start to creep in here. It's definitely still on the downside. Definitely still pressured on the downside here. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing positive about the GDP being negative again. So let's see. It's not as much as I thought, though, right? You're not even below this low. Not yet, at least. Look, this is yesterday's low. You're not even close to that yet. I was expecting if it was bad to be like down here. Pretty quickly, too. I saw that clip of them trying to change the definition of a recession yesterday. Oh, that's good stuff. I didn't expect us to not drop off of a negative GDP like this. So this is again why I do not try to understand the market. It is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I'm a trader. I trade moves. I make money. I don't care anything else besides that. I do not care to try to understand what is going on here. It makes no difference in my life. I wake up, I trade the market, I make money, and I go to sleep. I play some F1, I play some Fall Guys, a little bit of Warzone. I go out with my friends, I go golfing, and I trade the market, whichever way it goes. And that's it. And that's it. Do I try to become an economist to understand why the hell things go on in this market? No. Right? No. Save yourself the stress. Market's going up. No, I don't have kids. All right, the market's going up off negative GDP. If there was ever a year to trade just what you saw and to try not to guess what happens, it is this year. It is this year. This is the year where you do not try to understand what happens in this market. Okay? Here we go. Let's continue. Market's going higher off GDP. Negative 0.9. All right. Hey guys, I'm on your side too, man. I don't, it is what it is. I'm on your side too. I don't try to rationalize this to me because I won't listen. I'm just gonna trade whatever it shows me. Okay, Boeing. Let's continue. Keep me updated. If you see anything crazy on the Nasdaq ES, feel free to put it in the chat. Do not put it in the chat if it moves 10 points. If it actually makes a move, then put it in the chat. Do not tell me the Nasdaq is tanking when it's down 2 points. All right. Here we go. Let's continue. 4-hour chart on Boeing. I'm not going to lie either, Tony. I don't understand it either. But it is what it is, man, right? We just got to move on and trade it. All right. So, Boeing. Double top rejection here, right? You guys can see that. We've been looking at this Boeing double top rejection. And you can see that we are back below it, right? We are back below it. We are back below that 157.50. This was a level that needed to hold. And you can see, look at the reaction of Boeing yesterday. It moved down all day. It moved down all day. The market, even though the market was moving higher, Boeing was very weak and is even weak again in this pre-market. So I am looking to see if I can trade Boeing to the downside today. If there's weakness again, I think Boeing can trade back down potentially towards this 140 level. So I will be watching that, right? I will be watching to see if Boeing can stay below 157 and start to reject this downside. That's what I'll be watching. Definitely weak yesterday. Just a really weak move. And I'm watching to see, does that slip into today as well? Very weak rejection under 157. You were back below the double top rejection point. So do we see the downside once again here? Definitely something that I will be watching. Okay. Let's continue. We'll also re-look at some other names that we looked at earlier. Okay, let's go Netflix. Netflix. Very, very important level here on Netflix. 230, guys. 230 and then 250. Big levels here. Tons of money yesterday in the Discord. A-Tech, what's up? What's up, A-Tech? Yeah, yesterday was a great day for the chat. So 230, big rejection point right here in the daily chart. And why do I bring up the daily chart, guys, on Netflix? It's because there is a monster gap here on Netflix. Monster, right? Look at this gap on Netflix. From 250 to around 330, 331. Big gap, about a 80-point gap, which is pretty big on Netflix, guys. I'm not saying you're going to fly through this gap because you might not, but I am definitely interested. I'm going to keep my eyes on this. I do not want to miss this opportunity. If this actually starts to come in, I do not want to miss this opportunity. So I am watching 230 here on Netflix. Yeah, I still got my Netflix Decembers. Yes. I've been holding Netflix Decembers since April. On this drop, I bought them here. I bought April calls. I bought December calls on Netflix back in April. So I do still have those, yes. But I will look to trade this shorter term as well. 230, 250, watching this as it starts to move to the upside. If the market actually gets strong here and Netflix can pop through this 230, let me go to the 4-hour chart. Let me zoom out. 4-hour. If you break this 230, I think there will be a technical move to the upside towards 250. 250 is that last line before that gap starts. So just watch this one, guys. I'm not saying this is a trade yet by any means, but I think you should be at least understanding that there is something potentially here on Netflix. There is a big gap above. There's opportunity here. I would absolutely watch it. Does not mean that it's ready. I don't think it's ready myself. I need to see over 230, but it's something that I would want you to keep on a watch list. So keep that on watch there. All right, we'll look at Google and Amazon here. Google, very nice bounce off demand. I remember talking about this with you guys yesterday, right? We talked about human emotion. We talked about human bag holding. Not really, my man. I paid $1 for it. So, I mean, I'm bag holding about a $20 loss right now. So, not really. So, boom, 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 boom. We talked about the human emotion that comes into channel trading, right? There is a very tough level of human emotion that comes into trading a channel, because when you come up to the outer bands of the channel, most emotion, most human reaction would tell you, most traders would react to think that this is going to break out. This is going to break out. This is going to break out. That's what everyone's emotion, that's what your emotion tells you. That's instinct. This down here, this is going to break down and flush. This is going to break down and flush. This is going to break down and flush. That is exactly what your mind is telling you at every single point that we touch the top and bottom of this channel. However, what happens almost every time, at least over the last 3-4 months, is that it continues to hold and reject. So just wanted to point that out. It's something to watch out for in this market. It's definitely happening on a lot of stocks. And I'll show you it on, did I say? Yeah, I'll show you it on Shopify as well. So you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice demand on Google yesterday. Was one of the strongest stocks actually yesterday. Very nice upside, right? Very nice upside. Now, this is where I think most people go wrong when trading a stock chart like this. They will get interested in buying it here. I think the break and retest is better as well. Yes. People that like to chase will start buying calls today on Google here in the middle of the channel just because it went up off the bottom side. The people that bought it here are laughing at you if you buy it here because they are selling it into you, right? They are selling your chased calls. They're selling their calls into you, right? You do not trade a channel when it is in the middle of the channel. You have to accept that you missed the move. You have to accept that you missed it. You do not want to trade it at the middle of the deviation, right? You want to trade it maybe like, let's just use the bell curve, for example. What is it, like 78? I don't know what the bell curve is. It's like 78.6 or something on the outer bands. So you want to try to get an entry near the outer bands of the standard deviation, right? You want to try to get it in a call here or a put up here. You do not want to be trading in here. So this is where most people get wrong. They'll say, oh, Google went up yesterday, right? Oh, Google went up yesterday. I'm going to buy calls today, right in the middle of the channel. And then boom, right back to the bottom side. So I would say this trade is gone. I would not touch Google here. If Google moves up towards the top band of this channel, then I would look for the downside, right? Right? I would look for the downside. Now, of course, you have to at least monitor the market at this point. You can't just irrationally buy puts thinking it's going to go down. If the Nasdaq is ripping here, then it might go through. But that's at least a good, that is at least a good rule of thumb. Shopify, same exact thing, guys. Same exact thing, right? Look at Shopify. Your emotion tells you breakout, breakout, breakout. Your emotion tells you flush, flush, flush. Yesterday, maybe your emotion told you flush, right? After earnings. However, you can see what happened again. It held it again. So now the trade is likely over, right? Unless you want to try to get something here. I think the trade's likely over. Maybe you can play it back towards 40. Very possible, but a little bit more risky. And then you can see just a beautiful channel that has been built. I don't love trading channels. I am very rarely playing channels like this. But it's something that's working in this market. So I pointed out, it is definitely working in this market. If you just simply had a computer that said buy shop at 30 and sell it at 40, you would have done pretty decent here. There's a few points where you'd get a little, actually, you know what? Actually, you probably would have done great, actually, because let's say your computer buys you at 30 here, it drops back to 30, it buys it again, and it sells it all at 40. You would have killed it on that trade. So, yeah, just want to point it out, give you an idea. That is channel trading, and it's happening a lot of places. Wow, the Nasdaq's only down 40 now. What's the Nasdaq doing? It's still going up. Let's take a quick look around the board here. Apple, Twitter. I don't know why I even pulled up Twitter. Why am I pulling up Snapchat? It's like an instinct. Let's go NVIDIA. NVIDIA AMD. 4-hour chart. NVIDIA, big level here today, guys. Big level here today, right? You guys can see we're approaching a very important level on NVIDIA up into 180. Right here. Oh, wait, let's look at the XLE. That's right. What's the XLE doing? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Yeah. NVIDIA. All right, 180. Rejection, support, rejection. 180. So we are pushing into that level today. Do we get above it? That is the big question for me today. Do we get above 180? If we can see a break above this 180, 150, right in this general area, I think NVIDIA can really get going. If it can get above that. You guys can see this is the daily chart. This is a nice little W formation, right? You're starting to find that little low. You have that left shoulder, right shoulder. Maybe you call this an inverse head and shoulder. But you can definitely see that a break of 180 would probably cause some technical upside. Maybe to around that 200 level. So I'm definitely watching 180 here on NVIDIA. I think it's a clear technical level to see if it can break above. If it can, if we can get something like this, maybe a little retest, this would be... I'm just going to say it right now. If I see this, I might go into a swing trade that I probably shouldn't go into with a decent amount of size. If I see this on NVIDIA, on a strong Nasdaq market, there is a good chance that I take this trade. Probably 100% chance that I take this trade. So definitely watching this. If I see this start to form on NVIDIA, if I see this break and retest and a hold of this previous high, you guys know that I will be in this trade. So definitely watching that. AMD, 4-hour chart. What did we talk about yesterday on AMD, guys? We talked about the 4-hour flag break, right? If you were here in the live chat, or if you're in the Discord, or you could even be in the chart Discord and pay $5 a month and get technical analysis on individual stocks for $5 a month in the chart Discord, right? Anywhere you want to be, it's there. Where's AMD? There it is. This is what AMD looked like yesterday. Right? That's what we were looking at yesterday on AMD. 4-hour flag, hold of that low, push to the upside. That's what we were aiming for. Looking to see if we could get that 4-hour flag break. So very nice 4-hour flag break yesterday. You can see it on the chart right in front of you. Nice 4-hour flag break. We need to get above this 90 area. We need to get above this 90 area. If we can get above this 90 area, if we can get a little break and retest action here, right? Maybe a little this, a little this, a little this and that, and then look for that again. That's what I'll be looking for on AMD. All right? So looking to see if that happens. If that does not happen, if the market pulls back and we reject here, then you got a nice rejection point, right? If the Nasdaq breaks down today, then yeah, look for the rejection point. Hamza, check out Hamza's channel. Shout out to you, Hamza. All right, so that is what I had, guys. We can take a quick look at Tesla again. You can see right here, guys, Tesla. Let's look. Let's see if we can get to 845. Let's see if we can get to 845. Wow, Apple's breaking through here potentially too. Yeah, Apple yesterday highs. So keep an eye on those yesterday highs, guys. All right, if you guys could just take 1 second and press the like button. Oh, let's go Visa, MasterCard, and then XLE. Visa, MasterCard, XLE. That's what we're about to do. Visa, MasterCard, XLE. Guys, you got to stop trying to rationalize what the market's doing. It's gonna cause you nothing. It's literally a zero-sum game. It's literally pointless to try to understand or try to rationalize what goes on in the market. Trade the levels on the chart. Trade the levels on the chart. Okay, let's go XOM. Oh, I'm sorry, we already went XOM. We already did this, didn't we? Let's go XLE real quick. I'll show you guys what XLE is up to. XLE did the same thing. Break and retest. Absolutely gorgeous. You guys can see it right here. I think you have upside in the XLE to 77. Previous rejection into support. Rejection, support, rejection, support, rejection, support. Right? Rejection, support. Let me zoom out. Rejection, support. I like that. Right? That's why I liked the XLE yesterday. That's why I went long XOM. Where do I think XLE can go? I think you start to move up into that 77. So I'll be watching XLE into that 77 level. And then we'll see if maybe that's where I'll take my XOM swing off if it starts to reject there. Visa had that really aggressive dump yesterday, but pretty much made it all back off of FOMC. I got to see what that news was again. Senators to take aim at Visa MasterCard credit card fees. Change would apply to credit card issues. Yeah, so it looks like they're trying to battle with the credit card processors for the fees they make, which is big for the company because that's basically the whole company is the fees. So, yeah, a little bit of reaction there. I'm not getting anywhere near these guys. I'm not getting any. MasterCard's higher. MasterCard is higher. I'm not getting anywhere near this. I don't trade news, guys. I stay very far away from news. I'm not a news catalyst trader. That is just not my thing. As soon as I realized that trading is boring and you trade the same thing every day, looking for the same thing every day, the same formation, the same setup, the break and retest, the 9 EMA hold, I look for that and nothing else. That's it. If I look for anything else, I know I am out of line and I am just throwing money around. I look for the break, the retest, the 9 EMA, and that is it. Once you can cut everything else out, stop trading news, stop trading this, stop going on Wall Street bets, stop trying to find the next hot stock, trade the exact same thing every single day. You guys know it works. You know it works. You just got to do it. You guys watch people like Matt Diamond, that trades the same thing, the opening range break. You watch people like Carmine Rosado, who trades his supply and demand like a robot. You know these people that you see that are successful, they trade one thing and that's it, right? So you got to get to that point. That's the point you got to get to. What works for you? The same exact thing every single day. Okay? All right, let's quickly go over Snow and UNH, and then we're out of here. Snow and UNH, and then we're out of here. Yeah, you see, that caboose, it's the wrong mindset, my friend. I'm happy you made money. I'm happy you made money, right? I'm not hating on anything. I understand, like, I'm not a hater. I get it. I'm happy you made money on that. But that is not something that you can repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and be consistent as a trader. You can't sit around and try to make money on news-related things. Of course, it's a possibility. Of course, you can make money doing it. But it is not something that is repeatable, and it's not something that is consistent. Okay? I would rather you find consistency in a strategy than just make a quick buck on a news announcement. Okay? Snow, rejection here at 140. Watch out for that. Previous rejection, support, rejection. Watch out for that 140 on Snow. That's a very possible rejection point. If it gets above 140, then you're back in that range up towards around 150, right? UNH has been a beast. I think it's going to continue to be a beast. UNH is probably going to be the first stock back to all-time highs, right? Totally possible. I mean, what is it? It's like 2% off all-time highs. So, yeah, UNH, just look at this chart, guys. You can't compete with this chart. Just absolutely insane. So UNH, absolute beast of a stock. Own the shares, forget about them, and be happy in 50 years. That's my recommendation for you. Own the shares of UNH and forget about them. AbbVie's another one that has earnings tomorrow as well. All right, guys. That's all I got for you. If you guys enjoyed the stream, maybe we can get to 1,000 likes today. We got a lot of people in here today. We got about 1,600 people in here earlier. So, yeah, Enphase is a good one to watch as well today. Enphase was a beast yesterday. Enphase might be the one stock that goes back to all-time highs, actually. Yeah, Enphase, Jesus, man. Enphase is nuts. I was going to trade this yesterday, too. 282 all-time high. Jeez, man. Enphase is on fire. Yeah, watch it. I mean, you guys know when you see a move like this, guys, if you're a trader that knows what they're doing, when you see a move like this, you do not chase. So be careful. There might be some stuff there. There might be some little momentum that you can trade, but be cautious, guys. The highs, I would say resistance around 270 and then 280. 270, 280. All right, guys, press that like button for me if you could. Subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 50,000 subs. We're almost there, guys. We're like 600 away, so that would be awesome. I'm definitely going to do something for everyone that supports the channel at that point. So if you guys could press the like button, subscribe, that would be awesome. If you want to join the Discord chat where I trade live every day, down in the description below. If you want to get free technical analysis on the futures, it says free technicals down below. All right, guys, have a fantastic day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.